Well, good evening, good afternoon, everyone. This is the BFTAA and More Show. How you doing today? Yes, this is Louis George Walker. I'm your host, coming to you from the confines of the KUAW radio studio and the WEB Du Bois Learning Center, located at 4510 East Linwood Boulevard in Kansas City, Missouri. And we are glad to be with you today. Thank you for joining in. We're here as part of the Black Family Technology Awareness Association programs. This is our radio podcast broadcasting program that we have here, that we introduce youth and the community to information that can be done over the internet. And we also have programs from the Leahawk Drone Academy, where we're teaching young people how to fly drones. We have robotics programs in Lego and Vex Robotics, and we're getting ready to start another new program in coding. So we're trying to bring you a lot of different information right here and all the time. So we broadcast 24 hours a day from KUAW, which stands for Knowledge, Understanding, and Wisdom. We have talk shows. We have syndicated radio shows. We play some jazz. We play blues. We play old school music. So we have a little bit of something for everybody. We even have a little bit of funk and hip hop. So all you have to do is check out KUAW Radio. You can listen to us when we're live like this on Facebook and on YouTube. Right now, Twitter's kind of acting strange. I think Elon wants us to pay the $8 or something for the blue check mark to get us back into Twitter's good graces, and I'll have to talk about that with our group if that's something that we're going to do. But you can listen to us right now live on Facebook and on YouTube and Twitch. We're on all three of those platforms. And if you want to listen to our audio only, which you can pick this up right now, and then even when we're off the air, it's 24-hour music going on 365. You can go to My Radio Tuner, the online radio box, TuneIn app. If you have a Google or Amazon smart speaker, tell it to play KUAW radio, and we will come in there. You can also pick us up on Roku and on your Apple stick, or your Apple Play, your Fire Stick. We're online on a lot of different formats. So just search KUAW in Google or Bing, whatever search engine that you use, and you'll find a lot of ways that you can contact us. You can also go to our website, www.kuaw.org. And if you go there, you can pick up links to how to watch and how to play and how to contact us, our email number. We'd like for you to chat back with us. I'm going to start up the, hadn't did that today, so that if any comments that you want to place online, we'll be able to see them. Let me get my chat going here. If it wants to act right today, some days the technology acts good, some days the technology can act a little bit silly on us, but we'll give it a shot and see if we can join it up today. And if we can, we should see. There we are. Yes, we've got that on two of our feeds on the Black Family Technology Awareness site. So if you're on Facebook, you can go to Black Family Technology Awareness, BFTAA, or you can go to KUAW Radio, and you can leave a comment there, and we'll pick that up. So leave us a comment on Facebook, and we'll pick it up. I can answer your questions, or you can complain to me, or whatever you want to do is all right. You can also give us a call on our hotline here. It is 816-599-6893. That's the number you see going overhead there, yeah, up there. Yeah, 816-599-6893. We can even put you on the air. So give us a call or send your tweet or a message through, excuse me, and we would like to get with you. So we're going to get into some of the show that we have today. One of the things I did want to talk about before we got too far going is that this weekend we had the NFL draft right here in Kansas City, Missouri. Yeah, right here in Kansas City. The NFL draft went on last Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And my wife and I actually went down there. Okay, I see that. I got you there, T1. Just get in touch with me. Reach back at me as soon as you can. You can give a call, or you can email me also at the KUAW985 at gmail.com. But I see your message there. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We went to the NFL draft Friday night. We thought we'd go down there, not Friday night, Friday in the daytime. And it was cool. It was cool. It was really nice. It was a lot of fun. It's like being at a big carnival event or something like that, which wasn't bad. We were glad that it wasn't super crowded. Parking in the daytime wasn't that hard, although it still had to walk a little ways, but that's okay. You need the exercise to get in. I could have parked closer, but I didn't want to take a chance on finding a parking space, so I parked about 3 blocks away and had to walk down to it, but that was okay. It wasn't that bad. Got some of those steps in for me that day. But we took pictures. We weren't all the way down close to the stage. We were more up at the Liberty Memorial side and on the grounds right in front where we went for the Chiefs and the Royals victory parade. So we were right there on the grassy slope. But there was a lot of people. It was a lot of fun. People were friendly, nice. Everything was going along just really nice out there. So you had a good time. You met people that you didn't know. You know, everybody was talking, conversating with each other, and just, you know, into football. There were fans from all over, so it was a lot of red because, you know, the Chiefs came out there heavy. But there were a lot of Green Bay Packers, I noticed, and some New Orleans Saints people, probably a lot of others. But those were a couple of groups that I did interact with. And it was really good to kind of check them out and see what they were thinking. Guys that hadn't got there, and then we know we've been there. So so it was good to just interact with fan to fan. You know, some good natured fun. Also, they had a lot of the food vendors out there. I want to tip my hat to Jazzy Bees, and this is some free advertisement for him. But Jazzy Bees. We met the owner there and had some of his barbecue. I think he has a restaurant in Lee Summit, Jazzy B's Barbecue. It was good. It was good. So it kept Kansas City's reputation intact for the people that stopped at Jazzy B's. But it was a lot of different food vendors out there too. It was a lady had baked goods. So I had to get me an oatmeal raisin cookie. And she had some oatmeal raisin cookie pies, like the old oatmeal pies. And they were good. So I don't know that anybody ran into any bad food that was out there. So it was great eats. It was a good time out. And I think Kansas City put its best foot forward on that, and that was good. Now, around Kansas City, we maybe didn't do as good as putting our best foot out because there were a lot of murders that went on over this same period, and that's something that really is a shame in the city, not for the visitors' sake and stuff, but for us, for families, for community that are always hurt or shook up behind needless violence, that goes on. There's been a lot of shootings in Kansas City, a lot of murders, and that's just not good for a community, not worrying about what the outside thinks. We have to think of the harm that it does inside to the people, to the families, to the neighborhoods, to the communities. That is what is really distressing. And we really have to talk to each other. We have to talk to our young people, and not just young people. We have to talk to a lot of different people that are quick to resort to violence, especially to gun violence, to solve a problem or to get respect or whatever they're doing. But it's really just tearing down what others have worked so hard to build up. We have our quarrels, we have disagreements, but we really got to get some kind of understanding about pulling a gun to solve all of our problems out there. I mean, people are going to the penitentiary, people are being killed. It destroys lives on so many levels. And that's something that we should think about before we engage in that type of violence. So that's one thing over the last weekend that we really need to make sure that we kind of mention, but we also have to do something about. I can't say that I have the answers to the gun violence that goes on in Kansas City, and so far it doesn't look like anybody really has the answers to it. So we just have to keep looking and working toward how we can reduce the violence that goes on in our community, all over the community. We really got to get a handle on that. But that's what we got about that. It was a good weekend. We had a good time out. Our church had their church anniversary the weekend. It was really busy. So it seems like sometimes there's just too much stuff you try to crowd in on the weekend, and you don't do as much through the week, but it just really can pile up with a lot of good activities and everything you want to go to, but it can get to be rough, but we'll soldier on through it. But we're here at the Black Family Technology Awareness Association. We work with young people. We work with families. We work with seniors. We had a basic computer class that we taught last fall, and it was well received, and people got a lot out of it. And we're going to fire the basic computer class back up and meet with some adults again as we go into this year. But we're just trying to make sure that the digital divide, that our digital literacy in the community is improved, and that our young people will have the opportunities and the inclinations to work in these fields that are lucrative and so beneficial to this nation, that we stay in the forefront of technological innovation. We've got to have engineers, we got to have scientists, we have to have developers and entrepreneurs that make sure that we continue to have the best nation of all the nations, that we will really stay in the lead, and that we can provide the guidance for the rest of the world, that we can show them how to do this thing. So that's something that we have to do here in the United States. And as the Black Family Technology Awareness Association, we work with the underserved. We worked with communities that have been kind of skipped over on the digital highway, and we're proud to be here. We're located right at 4510 East Linwood Boulevard. That's 31st and Elmwood, right by the Veterans Hospital in the former Milton Moore Elementary School. And we've got an event coming up that we're going to be talking about a little bit later. So, want you to support, and we appreciate you supporting the fundraiser. I had a birthday fundraiser for the Black Family Technology Awareness Association, and, and it was well received. We raised $675. We didn't quite make our goal, but that's all right. We had people that contributed $675 to help the Black Family Technology Awareness Association to continue to do the things that we are doing in the community. And I want to say thank you right here now and publicly to everybody that gave. Some of you have gave year after year after year, and some of you, it may have been your first time giving, but we appreciate all support that we get, especially from the community. You know, it's one thing to get a support from a bank or a corporation or some business in the entity, but when people give out of their hard-earned money, that means a lot. You know, they're taking the time out of money that they worked for to give and to support the work that we're doing, and we don't take that for granted here. All the people that work here are volunteers. This is a volunteer organization, and they come, they work with kids, they work with adults, they're doing paperwork and coming up with ideas for new things we can do and all of that. But all of this is done free of charge. Now, we do have some fees that we charge people when they come for our classes sometimes, and we don't try to turn anybody away if they don't have it. Also, we don't say, well, you can't come, but we do ask that you help support us if you come in. So I appreciate you. I appreciate the community for all the years that you've been supporting the Black Family Technology Awareness Association. We're going into our 20th year. Coming up in February, we'll be 20 years old, so that's something that we're really proud of, and we thank you for helping us get this far along. So one of the things that we always do every week, we like to let you know what's going on in technology. You know, we're all hearing about AI and the chat GPT and different smart devices and the latest phones and the cyberbullying and all of that, which we have to keep up on. That's part of the technological world that we're in. So one of the things that we always like to bring you is what's going on with NASA, what's happening with up in space, or with the research and innovations that they're doing in NASA. And I saw a lady on today on the news, and I didn't get her name, but she's a technician She works with getting the astronauts in their uniforms and fastening up everything. And she's had a career for 20 years at NASA with what she's doing. She came from the Air Force doing that. Physiology, some kind of physiology technician or something, but they make sure that everybody is fitted right, that they're in their uniform, their suits, and that there's no leaks and that they're ready to go. So they play a part in it, and she was talking about she's wrote a book to show what else goes on behind the scenes to help get an astronaut into space, and there's a lot of people that are having careers in doing that. So you don't all have to fly in space. We're not all going to be an astronaut or a rocket scientist, but there are jobs and beneficial things that can be worthwhile, that you can really get enjoyment and fulfillment out of, that may just be a little bit less than flying in space yourself. But that's all right. You're part of the team, and you get some of that inside seeing what's going on to get up there. And those people take pride in the fact that they help get that spaceship, that they help get that astronaut into space. That I made sure his suit was right, that things were right, that they were safe, that they can depend on me, that their lives are in our hands. So that's a great honor, and she was talking about that, and I thought that was really a good segment. I may have to watch, I think it was on at 12 o'clock, but I'm going to have to check out her book, because it's just really good to see about the regular people, or not the people that are in the limelight. It's just like when Patrick Mahomes got hurt and when the football player's heart stopped beating. There were some people that came into action then that you never hear about. That aren't in the limelight, but they're there to make sure the players are at their best. They saved the young man's life, started his heart back up on the field, and he's ready to play football again. But it was because of some of those people that don't get the big contracts or aren't seen running out the tunnel. And so, but they're just as much a part of the team as anybody else. Patrick Mahomes even thanked the lady that was leading the team that worked on his ankle to help get his ankle in shape good enough that he was able to win a Super Bowl. Those are things that we have to look at. We don't always all have to be the star. We don't have to be in the front and in the limelight just to be a good team player. So let's look at what's happening this week at NASA, the National Aeronautics and Space Administration. Here we go.
Moving ahead with space station power upgrades, some VIPs hear about some very important missions, and new eye-popping views of Earth from space. A few of the stories to tell you about this week at NASA. On April 28th, NASA astronaut Steve Bowen and United Arab Emirates astronaut Sultan Al Nayati did work outside the International Space Station to prepare for the installation of more new solar arrays to augment the station's power system. 4 of the upgraded arrays have been installed already. The remaining 2 will be installed on a future spacewalk. On April 25th, Vice President Kamala Harris, Republic of Korea President Yoon Suk-yeol, NASA Deputy Administrator Pam Melroy, and others visited our Goddard Space Flight Center. They were briefed on our space exploration efforts, as well as missions addressing climate change, like TEMPO, which is similar to Korea's GEMS. Both missions are revolutionizing the way we observe air quality from space. These recently released views of Earth in ultra-high definition, or 4K, might just be the next best thing for those of us who may never make it to space. The imagery was captured from the space station between March 2022 and March 2023. Check it out for yourself at go.nasa.gov/Earth4K. For the first time since 2019, there was in-person competition at our Human Exploration Rover Challenge. The event was an opportunity for student-built human-powered rovers to be tested on a course that simulates the terrain of the Moon, Mars, and other distant bodies. That's what's up this week at NASA. For more on these and other stories, follow us on the web at nasa.gov/twan.
All right, all right. That's what's going on at NASA this week, and it was a lot of interesting. I like those little carts that they built. That seems like something we ought to enter our some of our youth into is building some human-powered rovers that they could drive around the lot here and stuff would be really great. Yeah, but it's always good to see what's going on with NASA, what they're doing, what they're building, what they're working on. And now we've got another browser bit that comes from NASA, and it's space to ground. So this is mainly concerned about what's going on with the International Space Station that NASA is a big part of, but it's international, so it's a lot of nations that are working up there and that have had a part in getting the space station up. So they talked about the solar panels that were being put up. It's getting bigger, so they have to have more power, more energy being used up there. But that's a great thing that they're up there, that's been up there for years. And that's what we've got to do to explore farther into the universe. So let's see what's going on Space to Ground now.
Welcome to Space to Ground. I'm Shaniqua Vereen. This week, we have a duo venturing outside the International Space Station for a spacewalk, while on board, the crew caught some colorful views. And we'll play a little chess. On Friday, NASA astronaut Steve Bowen and United Arab Emirates astronaut Sultan Hanayati ventured outside of the orbiting lab for U.S. Spacewalk 86. The duo completed some maintenance work to help prepare for upcoming IROSA installations to the International Space Station. Just like here on Earth, the crew aboard the International Space Station enjoy a little work-life balance. So in their downtime, they get a little creative. Check out what they do for fun. With the help of the flight team on the ground, Expedition 69 had their first ever space-to-ground chess tournament. Flight engineers Frank Rubio, Woody Hoberg, Sultan Hanayati, and Stephen Bowen give a thumbs up after winning the first round of the tournament with mission controllers at NASA's Johnson Space Center in Houston, Texas. Hoberg is a chess fan and set up the orbiting tournament with mission controllers, with each side having their own chessboard and typically making 1 or 2 moves a day. Our sun has been active as of late, with several geomagnetic storms taking place. And while these space weather events can provide spectacular light shows in the form of auroras here on Earth, does the solar activity pose a risk to humans on the space station? Radiation protection is essential for humans to live and work safely in space, and several parameters affect astronaut exposure to radiation. The space station operates in orbit around our planet, and the Earth's geomagnetic field extends from Earth's interior out into space, where it acts as a barrier to the space radiation environment. However, at the poles, the geomagnetic protection from the Earth's magnetic field is minimal. When the space station passes through these high-latitude areas near the poles, the spacecraft is exposed to the space radiation environment for approximately 8 to 10 minutes. During a large geomagnetic storm, like the ones observed recently, the interaction with Earth's magnetic field expands these areas where the space station can be exposed to the space radiation environment. The physical environment of the International Space Station provides some mitigation of the radiation exposure to the crew. Several radiation detection devices are deployed throughout the orbiting complex to measure the amount of radiation, and support teams, including the flight surgeon, closely monitor the crew and space weather conditions. Having little solar particles released, these recent geomagnetic storms did not significantly increase the crew's radiation exposure. And as far as the auroras, the view from orbit is truly out of this world. That's Space to Ground for now. Thank you for watching. Do you have a question about the space station? We would love to hear from you. You can send your question by using hashtag AskNASA on social media. We'll see you next week.
All right. That's Space to Ground that you just saw. Space to Ground comes to you every week from the National Aeronautics and Space Administration, NASA, and we like to bring it to you. Now, you just saw how you can ask questions that we may be able to hear what you've asked if you send it in to Ask NASA, hashtag Ask, ASK NASA, NASA. So any questions you have for Space to Ground, please send it in to them, and they may recognize. Tell them you heard about this on KUAW radio. Yeah, no, just go ahead and send it in. That'd be a good thing. That'd be a good thing. But yeah, so we want to make sure that we're keeping everybody involved, keeping information going out that's good for the family, that's good for everyone, and we're just glad that you guys are tuning in to us today. As I said, if you want to put a comment up, a question, anything that you want to talk about, go to our Facebook page. You type it in, it'll come up on the screen. I'll see it, just like my brother, Mr. Muhammad, had just come in a little while ago. All you got to do is go to KUAW-radio on Facebook, or you can go to the Black Family Technology Awareness Association, type in your question or comment, we'll get it, and we'll be glad to respond to it. You can also give us a call if you want to join us on the program. If you want your voice to go out over, give us a call at 816-599-6893. That's 816-599-6893. We'll be glad to talk to you in person. Yes. So, now as we get ready to go into this week, we've got 2 weeks, a little less than 2 weeks now, till May the 13th. So it's really about 12 days. And then we're going to be into our Remake Learning Days right here at the W.E.B. Du Bois Learning Center, outside in the play area right to the west of the building. We're going to have some demonstrations and some hands-on exhibits where you can actually take your turn and learn how to fly a drone. Bring your kids up. They're going to be showing you what our kids have learned about drone flying. And then we'll also let you or your child have a chance to try and fly a drone or learn a little bit about drone flying. So they may want to enter into our next class that we set up as the Lee Hawk Drone Academy. And we're going to have some robots out there working. So we're going to have robots that can get involved with our VEX or our Lego robot programs, which will be great. We'll be glad to have you involved with that. So we're just glad that you want to be involved, and we want you to come out. May the 13th, right here. Let's see if I've got that. I think I got that information there. Now this is the event, and it's going to be going on. This isn't just our event. This is a part of an event that's going to be going on all around the city. Now somebody's deciding to call now, and I'll have to put him on hold, get back with him. Yeah. Because we got the show going on right now, so we'll get with them on that. All right. So this is one of the things that we'll be doing. Remake Learning Days is going to be going on, and that's an event that's going on all around the city. Remake Learning Days here. And let me get to the side. I'm not in there good. I'll get out of the way. There we go. All right, now you can see me and it. So Remake Learning Days is going to be going on from May the 1st, which has already started, to the 15th. So Remake Learning Days is happening here in Kansas City right now. But the event that we're going to have is happening on May the 13th. So we're actually going to be here at the W.E.B. Du Bois Learning Center with an event May the 13th. And we want you to come out and join us. So Remake Learning Day started today. This is the kickoff. The events are happening. There's over 160 events that are going to be going on all around Kansas City. And we're going to be involved in the event that we're doing. And it's going to happen on Saturday the 13th. But there's some events that are happening every day. So if you go to the Remake Learning Days KC website, or Facebook page, you can see where all the different events are happening throughout the week. So let's see now if we've got that going on. I want to get to our event here, so just a second. We'll take that out the way. And let's see. No, that's not it. There we go. Oops, that's not what we want either. There we go. We're going to get there slowly. Now, so you're hearing a lot of what's going on with Remake Learning Days. And this is our event that's happening as part of that. That's going to be going on. Let's see. So Remake Learning Days. Let's see if we can find that news. All right, all right. So we Remake Learning Days, and we've gotten involved with it, as you can see. May the 13th, right here, it says, Wonder, Explore, and Learn Together with BFTAA. May the 13th at the W.E.B. Du Bois Learning Center, we're going to have a Remake Learning Day. So you can go to our Facebook page, follow us as we get ready. We want you to bring the family out. It's going to be going on, I don't have the time up, from 12 until 3. So we've got 3 hours. We're going to start at 12 noon and go to 3 o'clock. We'll have hot dogs, chips, cookies. The ladies are planning to have that, little refreshments for you. But we're also going to have robots and drones. And I tell you, our drone flying kids, they've learned in one class, well, not one class, but one session. They did 12 weeks was the whole session. And they've learned to do, they had the robots doing flips, or the drones doing flips Saturday. I was watching them, and those kids have come, and that's from kids that most of them had never flown a drone before. Never had flown a drone before. And they were in here for 12 weeks, and they've learned how to fly drones and do tricks with the drones. So it was amazing to see them. And then they're learning the entrepreneurial aspect, what business applications the drones can be used for. So it's not just about playing with the drone, but learning that drones are being used now in business. You know, they saw where one person has a building washing business that he cleans buildings on the outside with a drone. You know, they do mapping. They can do a lot of resource looking at or mapping and things like that are beneficial to the whole community. So it's good that we have our kids learning about this new field that they can be a part of, you know, because that's something that a lot of times we're not the first ones in, and then we come along and wonder why everybody else got started before we did. Well, we're getting started right now, and it's working out real good for the young people that are involved in it. So we're just glad to have them. This is like what it's about here, May the 13th, from 12 noon till 3 o'clock. That's at 4510 East Linwood Boulevard, the W.E.B. Du Bois Learning Center, formerly Milton Moore Elementary School. So come down May the 13th, not this Saturday coming up, but the next Saturday. We're going to be having Remake Learning Days right here on the property. You'll be seeing drone flying lessons for kids. There'll be a computer class for adults. We're also going to have a opportunity for you can learn how to cut the cord. If you've been spending a lot of money, and as parents, it's time for you to listen up. If you've been spending a lot of money on internet and making sure that you have the internet and all of that and the cable bill. Well, the cable bill you can cut out. Some people are paying $250 a month for cable, and you can get a lot of that stuff that you're watching just straight over streaming. And it can save you a lot of money. You can pay for just the parts that you want to see. If you don't like the sports channel and stuff, you don't have to have the sports channel. If you want to watch HGTV all day, you can just watch HGTV, and it'll cost you a lot less than paying for that whole bundle of cable. So come and learn how you can cut the cord and be able to start streaming in your house. Because if you've got cable, you probably have internet coming along with the cable. You can cut the cable part out and just keep the internet. So Cut the Cord's going to be happening. They're going to be here from 12 to 3 also. So come on out to the W.E.B. Du Bois Learning Center. It's going to be going on May the 13th from 12 until 3, and we'll be outside. We're going to have fun. The kids are going to learn some stuff, and you may want to sign up for some classes yourself. We'll also be recruiting new volunteers. We need new volunteers to help us. So any of you that are inclined to like to work with robots or work with drones, or even if you just like to help out in the backside doing some of the not technical, but some of the office work that we need to have done around with the Black Family Technology Awareness Association. We'd be glad to have you come and help us out with that. So be sure and check us out. We'll be glad to be there with you and to work with you. Now, the other thing that we've got going on, there's an event. I thought I had a slide of it, and maybe I don't. It was the Black Achievers are having a mixer. Let's see what I do with it. As soon as you think you got everything. Okay, it says it's here. Why come it's not showing up on my screen? Let's see. Oh, there we go. All right. Let's see if we can get it up here again. There. That's what I wanted to show you. A professional mixer is going to be happening Thursday, May the 25th. From 5:30 to 7:30, as you see here, 1709 Walnut Street, Kansas City, Missouri. The Black Achievers are having a professional mixer. So if you're a professional here in Kansas City and you want to meet with other professionals and get involved, as you see, there's a QR code here. I also have this up on our Facebook page, and you can probably see the QR code better to click on it. Let me see if I can make it larger with the advent of radio. There you go. So this may come up on your screen where you can hit that QR code. And this event's going to be happening May the 25th, 5:30 to 7:30. It's a professional mixer by the Black Achievers. And, you know, I was wondering, I said, well, there's a lot of groups going on. I didn't know much about the Black Achievers, and that's my bad. But I said, well, you know, you can always find out things on the internet. That's what it's about. So I thought I would Google the Black Achievers, because if you're going to tell somebody about something that people are putting on, you want to know a little bit about the group. I don't want to just send you to something and it's crazy. But the Black Achievers Society of Greater Kansas City are putting this on, and that Black Achiever Society was founded in 1974 by the former Kansas City mayor and now United States Congressman Emanuel Cleaver. At that first time, the goal of the organization was to recognize those companies in business and industry that demonstrated leadership in the areas of diversity and inclusion through their commitment to a diverse workforce. A dinner was held in their honor, and usually in the spring. And in 1989, the award dinner was incorporated into the Martin Luther King celebration hosted by the Southern Christian Leadership Conference, SCLC. Later in 1993, the organization, in addition to acknowledging African American business professionals, also began providing scholarships to area youth. Today, the Black Achiever Society is active in the community as it works to provide annual scholarships to area high school seniors. The society, in addition to fostering collaboration between high-achieving African-American business professionals who are invested in the communities, also provides leadership development exposure and scholarships to area youth. The society meets regularly to support these much-needed efforts in our community and is always looking for additional efforts to support. So that's about the Black Achiever Society of Greater Kansas City. And their mission is to actively respond to the educational, social, and economic needs of the community by providing role models for blacks and minority youth, sharing knowledge gained through academic and corporate experiences, and enhancing the principles upon which the society was founded. So the Black Achievers Society of Greater Kansas City is having a mixer Thursday. You can scan the QR code. You can also go to our Facebook page. I have that same picture up, and you can get to that QR code better maybe than this. Or you can scroll back on this, because if you're seeing this on Facebook, you can always pull it back up later and copy it. So that's it. I'll do it big again. Let's see if I can make it a little bit bigger so that you can see it. Okay, that's the QR code that you need to go to the Black Achievers Professional Mixer that's going to be happening. So if that doesn't work there, as I say, go to our Facebook page. I have this same flyer up there. Go to BFTAA, the Black Family Technology Awareness page, or also go to KUAW Radio's Facebook page, and you will see this photo here, and you can register there using the QR code that they have. So be sure and check that out. You know, that's something that we always want to keep going also, is to share about what other organizations are doing in the community, because we're not like the only people on the block, and we don't say that you have to get all your information or do things that the way Black Family Technology Awareness Association is. We like to definitely recognize everyone that's in the community that's doing something to help the community move forward. So we're wanting to shout out the Black Achievers Society of Greater Kansas City, and hope that their event, the mixer that they're going to have May the 25th from 5:30 to 7:30, is going to be a great one. And we hope that you can get a chance to stop through there, because we always need those that are professionals, that are making a big name for themselves, or just getting started climbing that corporate ladder, to look back and to reach back and see if you can help somebody else that is needing a hand up. If you can impress, or if you can influence, or if you can encourage another person to take that step to move forward, to grow. They don't always have to be youth. It may be one of your peers that you can impress, or that you can encourage to, let's go forward in this thing, man. Let's go ahead and do what we should be doing to make this community a better community. That would be great. So look and see if there's someone you can encourage, someone that you can give a hand to and say, yeah, come on, we can do it. We can make this community better while we grow in our own professional careers. So I want to say thank you. Thank you guys for watching. This is the BFTAA and More Show. My time is getting short here, but I'm glad that I was able to spend this time with you. This is your host, Louis George Walker. I am the president of the Black Family Technology Awareness Association. I am glad that you joined us today. I hope that you got some information that you can use. And if there's anything that you would like to have discussed, you want to have shown on this, get in touch with us. Hit our Facebook page up. Send us an email. Go to our website, bftaa.org or KUAW.org, either one of those, and it tells you how to contact us, how to send us emails, phone calls, and let us know what you'd like to hear. If you want to be on this show, if you have some information that you want to present, be sure and contact the Black Family Technology Awareness Association. And don't forget, Remake Learning Days started today. Events are going to be happening all over Kansas City, but our event at the Black Family Technology Awareness Association is going to happen Saturday, May the 13th at 4510 East Linwood Boulevard, the W.E.B. Du Bois Learning Center. So please come out, bring your kids. We're going to have a great time. We're going to have some fun. There's going to be technology all over the place. So be sure and check us out there. All right, that's my show for today. Thank you for listening. I will see you next week on the BFTAA and More show. We're on from 5 to 5:45 weekdays. Now we want you to listen to some of our old school music that we're bringing up and a little bit of a Warren Ballantyne show that was on earlier today. And just keep listening to KUAW Radio. Check us out. You can listen audioly as I go off the air. Go to the TuneIn app and search KUAW, or go to our webpage, and there's some links that you can pick us up 24/7. So just because you don't see us on the air, we're still out there. We're still playing music. We're still talking about things that are going on. So check us out. This is KUAW, BFTAA, and More signing off. Thanks for listening. See you next week.